Cancel culture vultures came for Dave Chappelle over jokes he made in his Netflix specials, and when The Closer got released, the demands of cancellation got even worse. And we knew that was the end of his contract with Netflix, and after all of the outrage, we all figured that they wouldn't want to work with him again. But in a shocking turn of events, Netflix is sticking it to the people outraged by comedy because they have signed him for 4 new specials. I have a bunch of things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month or supporting the channel via YouTube memberships. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. So starting with this article, it says Dave Chappelle not canceled, comedian to produce 4 new Netflix specials after the Closer controversy, and this is so good to hear. There were so many people trying to get him canceled, even Netflix employees staging walkouts saying, "We refuse to come back to work until you announce publicly that you will not work with Chappelle again." And clearly, they did not get their way. They are furious right now, I'm sure. I'm going to show some of the positive social media interactions in a few minutes, but it says that Dave Chappelle's work with Netflix is far from over despite the overwhelming amount of backlash he received following the release of his controversial Closer special late last year. Yes, there was a giant amount of backlash, but there was also a massive amount of positivity. A lot of people simply saying, we like the comedy that he puts out into the world, and we can see that he's just making jokes, okay? There are a lot of people out there who do not get offended by every little thing posted on social media, put into a comedy special. It's just his brand, and he makes edgy jokes. But it says the embattled comedian will host and produce 4 upcoming comedy specials as a part of a collection titled Chappelle's Home Team, the streamer announced. There are a lot of people right now that are very surprised to hear this, and honestly, I'm kind of surprised too. I didn't think that Netflix was going to work with him again after all of the controversy that happened. Even though all of his specials have faced controversy, The Closer faced a lot more. And he had announced a couple of months ago, back in October, that his documentary Untitled had been shunned by distributors following the Netflix backlash. A lot of people in the industry didn't want to work with him, but I'm really happy that Netflix is sticking with him. It says, the Netflix is a joke Twitter account confirmed the project on its Twitter account on Friday, along with a video of Chappelle discussing the gig. It says, Chappelle's Home Team is a series of comedy specials produced by Dave Chappelle. The first one, Earthquake Legendary, premieres February 28th, so clearly these have been in the works for quite a long time. Maybe before he even released The Closer, they had another deal with him. We had heard that they didn't, but if it's coming out on February 28th, clearly they've been working on this for quite a while now. This is honestly a giant win, and there are so many people on social media who are so happy to hear about this happening. I might not like every single joke that Dave Chappelle makes. You might not like every single joke that Dave Chappelle makes, but that's okay because they're simply jokes. It's comedy. This is his brand. He makes the jokes that he does for certain people, and most people know that this is his brand and the type of humor that he provides to people. I personally like a lot of Dave Chappelle's humor. I think that a lot of it is funny. I think that he nails a lot of the jokes that he makes, and that's okay. He's had plenty of other specials on Netflix, and if you don't like his type of comedy, you don't have to watch all of his specials. Trying to cancel him didn't work for years, and I bet the people who wanted him canceled are even more furious now, but the people who have supported him are so happy, and they're going on social media and saying it. I definitely think that Netflix made a right decision here. But on the Fox News post about it, people are commenting things like, good, funniest comic alive, it goes to show that you cannot be canceled if you don't give a fuck what they think. And it's true. He never cared throughout all the backlash. He didn't care. He said, I made the jokes I wanted to make. I'm making money. I don't care if you don't like the things that I say. And that's how a lot of people should act. But people are saying things like, awesome, we all need to stick together regardless of our differences. Not all my friends like Dave Chappelle, but they like what he represents. Freedom to be an individual. How sad it seems to only go one way in the media. And it's true. All of the media outlets that covered this, for the most part, I'd say like 95% of the media outlets that covered this wanted him canceled, said, oh, he made all of these transphobic comments, all of these terrible comments, he needs to be canceled. Netflix should do more about having his content on their platform, but we see how that went for all the people that wanted him canceled, all of the cancel culture vultures out there. Somebody said he should have been banished from the internet after what he said. First of all, like someone commented, I bet you don't even know what he said, because there are a lot of people online who are basically saying, oh, he should be kicked off the internet, he should be fired from all his gigs, yet they didn't even know exactly what he said. They're just reading headlines and assuming they know what he said. But why should someone be kicked off of the internet for being paid to simply make jokes? It's not like he's going on the streets saying terrible, awful things to people's faces. He's just making jokes for people to enjoy. It's as simple as that. There's lots of people here saying that this is awesome for Dave Chappelle and this is a massive win, and a lot of people are very happy with Netflix for making this decision. This is a big win for comedians specifically, because over the years, people have tried to cancel comedians over jokes that they've made. Too many people go, it doesn't matter the context, it doesn't matter if it was supposed to be a joke, it's not funny, it's offensive, you're an ist, and you're a phobe. And this is a win, because now I feel like comedians are gonna go back maybe to creating slightly edgier content. There's unfortunately been a lot of comedians over the years who have shifted away from the edgy humor because they've been afraid of cancel culture, but maybe they'll see this and go, I want to create that content again, and I don't really care what people on social media say. Someone commented, good for Dave, it's called entertainment, not like some of the other stuff we see on TV. Even though Netflix has made some very questionable decisions on content, this is a win. I think at the end of the day, he made them so much money, even though he doesn't follow their general narrative. They're not following the narrative, they're actually following the dollar signs, which companies haven't been doing in quite a while. A lot of companies just want to push narratives, they want to follow the narratives, but in this case, Netflix is definitely following the dollar signs. But that's all that I really had to talk about in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.